What are the 7 steps to improving your financial or money mindset? In this video, I'm going to talk about money mindset. Why? Because recently I have been reading this book called You're Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. And that book, I cannot stop raving about it. And indeed, there are so many, I've sent it to a lot of my friends. I just buy it and then send it to them because I believe that in order for us to be able to make the kind of money that we desire, our mindset needs to shift. And that is the reason why I'm sharing this video, to talk with you or for you to understand just only seven, because there are so many of them, but just 7 steps that you can take to be able to get your mindset, your money mindset in order so that you can achieve the things that you desire in this year, 2023. If we haven't met before, my name is Beatrice Yakobo. I am the founder of Simply Family Business Marketing, and I help you to be able to get your business online, getting clients, and indeed selling and making profit and growing your business. Now, in terms of your financial or money mindset, it hinges on these basic steps. And, let's get started with number one. Number one is the fact that you need to decide about your financial success. What does that even mean? The point is that, according to this lady, Jen, she says that a lot of us, and I've read other books regarding money as well, a lot of us see money differently or think about money differently than it really is. As they say, money is energy. Money is just a tool that we use to, buy things and in exchange for value. But here's the thing. Unfortunately, for most of us, when it comes to money, because we are not taught about money in school, and we certainly are not taught about money anywhere. And for some of us, growing up, talking about money is perhaps like a taboo. You don't even really know what money is. So you grow up, go to school, do all that. And then when you start working and money is coming in, what do you do with it? You just follow like everyone else is doing, buy things left, right, center. And before you know it, there is no money anywhere. So ensuring that ensuring that you decide that you want to be successful as far as money is concerned, it starts basically with a decision. The next thing is for you to determine your life value. Now, it is said that we have so many connotations to money. Again, when I was reading this book and it talked about, what did you learn or what did you hear growing up about money? And the exercise was to write it down. For me, it was really revolutionary because actually I've never really thought about the things I used to hear when I was growing up about money and how it really impacted me when I grew up and how I showed up and how I spent money. I really didn't think about it until this day. There was one thing that stood out for me was when she mentioned that, how we treat people or we kind of think about people who have money. And as some of my friends would say, because I was then asking people, what did people say about money or about people who were rich when you were growing up? And then some of them would say, oh, we used to call them thieves and bastards and all that. And we all have that common thing, especially for those of us from Africa. We have all this name calling about people who are rich because we think that is the money that makes them that way. Unfortunately, it is not the case because apparently, or as they say, it's not apparent actually, because I have seen people who are rich, to be honest, and they are down to earth. A lot of them that I meet in conferences, in businesses, in networking groups, they are just normal people, or they just look like normal people, except that, they are clever enough to be able to have these skills or this mindset that they are able to use to be able to master this thing called money. So, that thinking, knowing your value is important. And when you determine your own value, and as the saying goes, you can't despise something and have it. So, for example, we can't go about calling people who are rich bastards and calling them thieves and calling them names and still want to be rich, because it's because of the money. Otherwise, they would have just been like us. So think about it and think, what is your value as far as money is concerned, and what are you going to use the money for if you actually get it? And that is something important. And also try and change your money story, because if you, until you do that, it's difficult for you to even show up and also think about money as friendly. And then one of the ladies I follow as well would say that, if I came to you, for example, and you didn't welcome me and just showed me the door, like some of us do, money comes in and then, of course, it's going out that same day. She said, would I visit you again, or would you visit that person again? Maybe not. And those are the things that we need to think about in terms of our money mindset. And the third thing is write your goals. I love this statement because I was recently talking with somebody about a different business, and then she was going through the process I go through with my clients as well, but except that I was being asked these questions, and then when she asked, "So, what are your goals?" and I was just rattling them, because these are things that I think about, that I dwell on, that I look at, that I read about all the time. And there's a saying that what you think about, eventually that's what you become. So unfortunately, until I was over 40, I did not know how to write goals. And that's a true statement. Isn't that sad that someone will grow up until they're over 40 before they can even know what goals are or know about writing goals down? I cannot even believe that it's acceptable, but hey ho, that was my life. I used to kind of write New Year resolutions. So every New Year, I will write the things that I want to actually do in the year. And it will be about 3 or 4 things, and I'll say, "So help me God," and then that's it. I don't go back to them again until December again or the New Year. Now, that's not goals. You need to actually write what you want and read it every day. Now, again, Jen, this lady, Centurio, who wrote this book that I'm raving about, You're Badass at Making Money, she said, write 10 goals every day. 10. And every day you've got to write them. You've got to write them. And when you do that, it's actually interesting because you then, it really, you can sync them, because now you do it every day. You just know what they are. And it's interesting because then your brain is taking you to that place, and your eyes is open to opportunities that will lead you to that place. And if one of your goals is about money, which I believe most of us it is, obviously you are going to find opportunities that will lead you to your desired money, where you want to go with, regards to getting money. The fourth point is for you to get comfortable with your fears and discomfort. Now, I like this point because, unfortunately, for most of us, fear and discomfort is the thing that actually stops us from getting to where we want to be. Now, I think it was Robert Kiyosaki that was being interviewed, and there was a question, because he talks about, everybody should become an entrepreneur, or people should start minding their own business. The question that got asked him was, he says that, 90% of businesses failed in the first 5 years of their existence. So why would you want people to start businesses, set themselves up for failure? And he said, yes, that's the reason why you should do it, because you have to fail, or make your mind to fail 9 times before you succeed. But here's the problem. Most people cannot even withstand 1 time failure, and never mind 9. And then, but if you look at it, for all the people that have succeeded in life that we admire, that we, we see, and we really look at them and think, wow, they have had to fail several times. I remember, and I'm from Ghana, so those of us who know, our current president, Nana Akufo-Addo, I remember in 1994 when, was it 92, one of them, when Ghana started with the new election system, he was one of the people who started also campaigning to become a leader of the New Patriotic Party. Guess what? This man sustained every year in, year out, or every 4 years, shall I say. He didn't get it. Former President Rawlings came in and did 8 years, and President Kufuor came in, did 8 years, and who else came in and did all the years. But he was persistent. He was always vying to become a candidate. Eventually, he has become a president in his 70s, and he's finishing at some point in the next 2 years, I believe, or next year. But I just want to say that persistence is what gets you to actually conquer the fear, because fear, discomfort, failure, they will always happen. Because without that, the people that we see and admire, they've had to fail before they would pick themselves up and actually do what they're supposed to. Get to the success level that we see them and admire them about. So get ready to be uncomfortable. And if you're not, then indeed, yeah, because you want to change your mindset, you need to get ready to really be uncomfortable and not to be afraid. Also, they say that fear is your body just reacting to the fact that you haven't got enough information. But how are you going to get the information if you don't push yourself forward? And it can be something as simple as reading a book, which most of us don't actually do. So if you want to change your financial situation, just read. I think that I couldn't have said that better. Anyway, the fifth point, or the sixth point, I would say, is express gratitude. What is gratitude? It is said that we already have the things that we want, except that it is not here yet. When I heard the concept, it was really interesting. That the fact that you have thought about something. So, for example, if you think about buying a new house, and you can picture the house in its entirety, and you can visualize and actually feel that you are in that kind of situation, in that house, it means that it's already available. But of course it's available somewhere. It's just that it's not in your grasp yet. But you have to be grateful for your life first, because without you being alive and being healthy and being out and about, obviously you are not going to create anything. So gratitude is important, because if you continue to wallow in woe is me story and why can I not get ahead, you just feel frustrated all the time. And I've seen people time and time again who have actually really picked themselves up. And I remember this lady that I talk with my children about. I'm saying, I just admire this lady's resilience. At the time that we thought she would just crumble, no, she was just up and doing, with things coming her way all the time. She was as cheerful as anything. So just being grateful brings you good news. And, I'm pleased to say that this young person, this young lady, is actually in good position as I speak now. Obviously, because she was that grateful. And I also want to say at this point, because recently I've been hearing news about people having hypertension here and there, and I'm questioning myself, why are people having hypertension? In no way am I meaning to disrespect anybody who has hypertension, but what I just want to say is that if you don't have hypertension in your family line and you suddenly become hypertensive, it's something that you need to think about. What is causing it? You just need to think, should you be more grateful for the things that you have now? And obviously once you are alive, you are going to work towards the thing that you want to achieve. And if there's anything that is really bothering you, that is causing that, you need to find out what it is and think about how there can be a solution to it, rather than run yourself down with hypertension. Because once it becomes chronic, then it really becomes a big problem. Now, last but not the least is, don't dwell on your past financial mistakes. Now, for some of us, we wouldn't have been able to breathe if we were dwelling on past financial mistakes. Why? Because I mean, I made a lot of money when I was doing agency nursing, so much money to the extent that there could be so much money in my account that I didn't even know that I had that kind of money. But guess what? I did bad investments, and some of this money just disappeared. The point is, you cannot dwell on that. The reason being that if you do, then you are not grateful. You're not grateful that you're alive. You're not grateful that you have breath. You're not grateful for the things that are coming to you. And that is the reason why, if you have made any financial mistakes, I want to share this with you. Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, started his business when he retired in his 60s, and he was able to succeed. Ray Kroc was in his 50s. He started his business, McDonald's, and as most of us know, McDonald's is everywhere. I can't remember his name now, but that British veteran who started the work to kind of raise funds for the NHS during the COVID period, he was in his 90s. Guess what? He became successful, raised millions for the NHS. All I want to say is that no matter where you are now, you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off and think about these points and just build your life. Because, even though there is doom and gloom about, recession and all that, it is all in our mindset. And when we are able to change that, the sky is even not the limit. Thank you so much for listening. If you are watching on YouTube, kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it, and indeed, I will come your way once again. Take care.